Hey, it's Denver, and I'm making a video for the Trans Youth channel because today's Saturday, and it's going to be about family, like my parents, and what it was like when I came out to them and stuff. Okay. So when I first came out to my parents, I told them that I was bisexual. I was 13. And I told them I was bi. Of course, I was out to people at school, like, way before I was out to them. And, my mom just heard me talking on the phone one day about it, and that's how she found out. And after that, I got a 3-hour lecture about how I can't be that way because she won't let me be that way because it's a sin. And my dad, I don't really remember his reaction. I don't think he was living with us at that time. Like, he was living on his own at that time. And I think we just talked about it over the phone. I can't remember that part of it. But this was when I was 13, and I can't remember if I was in the 8th grade or if I was a freshman. I think I was a freshman. I didn't come out as transgender to my parents, though, until I was 14, and that was in a family therapy session I was in because I was cutting myself and stuff, and I was, like, wanting to kill myself, and, like, you know, my dad just asked why, you know, like, we was in a family therapy session, and my dad was just like, why are you doing this? And, like, he's like, I don't know why you're doing this. I don't see what's wrong with your life. And I was like, I told him, you know, I tried to explain it to him. Again, I mean, it took a lot of explaining. I wasn't really the first time I came out, but that was the first time I actually, like, told him, and he kind of, like, let it sink in, because at first, they didn't really even talk about it. They just shrugged it off, acted like I never even said anything. And, it's, pretty, like, I don't know, like, it took a while, like, for them to accept it. Like, my dad's biggest problem was my mom, because my mom would always get on to him. He never really cared. Like, he even had a friend who's transgender. He never cared, but my mom always got on to him for it, and that's why that's the only reason why he really opposed it at first. But he's still not very fond of the idea that I'm transgender, but I mean, I have to admit, I'm not either. You know, he's like, he doesn't want me to be this way, but I don't want to be this way either. I just am, and he understands that, and he knows there's nothing that can happen to change it. So he just accepts it. Like, he doesn't really like it, but he supports it because he knows that it's what I am. Whereas my mom, she's not ashamed to go out in public with me anymore, but she still doesn't like it. She still wants me to, she still thinks it's the devil or God punishing her. My mom actually does think that me being transgendered is God's way of punishing her for something. But my mom also thinks my sister being deaf is God punishing her too. My mom's crazy that way. She thinks that it's like she thinks that she's the only person in God's eyes and that everything God does revolves around her. But anyway, I'm going off topic. Okay, so after I came out, my dad, like, started to accept it. He started to, like, let me dress and stuff and wear makeup, and he would have let me take the hormone pills, but he didn't have custody of me. My mom had full custody of me, and she wouldn't let me take the hormone pills, but my dad would, but he didn't have custody of me. I didn't get to take hormone pills until my aunt took custody of me, and that was, you know, I had to move in with her first. Like, she adopted me, and I moved in with her and started transition, and she was really the first one to accept it. She's like the most open-minded person in the family, like, you know, for that age, you know. She was like the first one to actually like tell my mom that, you know, she needs to just accept me. Like back when I was 13 and came out, and like my mom was making a big deal out of it, and she was like, you know, that she just needed to accept me. So she's been cool with it, basically, and that's really all I've got to say. Like, I really don't care that much if my parents don't accept it, like, if they don't, like, fully support it. Like, I feel like they're my parents, and they can call me that, and I'm not going to, like, get on to them. Like I said, like, my family, my aunt, all of my family, I don't really get on to for not calling me the right pronouns and stuff, because they're my family. So it doesn't really bother me that much. Like, my dad accepts it now, and everybody else in my family, like, accepts that this is who I am, and they're not, like, ashamed of me or anything. It's just my mom who's ashamed of me, and she, like, really is paranoid or something. She really does think that people talk about her. Like, she thinks that she's not going to be able to get a job or something because people won't like her because of me. And that's just crazy, but that's her. So that's me coming out to my parents. I didn't have it really tough, like, as far as things were concerned. Like, the only physical thing that happened between me and my father was when he shoved me up against a wall, but that was because my mom was bitching at him because I was wearing makeup. She really just pushed him to doing it. I never, you know, had to deal with a threat of being kicked out or anything. Not even by my mom. She kind of wanted it. She, like, kind of, like, threatened there to, like, send me into, like, government custody, like, just send me off so she wouldn't have to put up with me anymore. But now she doesn't have custody of me, so she can't do anything like that. That's really all that happened between me and my parents. Now it's just really fine between me and my dad. Like, he accepts it enough to make me happy and everyone else in my family. So that's it.